What about it, YouTube? Okay, so talking about UBI, and really, how can we have like morality injected into the economy? How can we have a moral and functional economy that keeps pace with demand, that is not usurious, and that is not inflationary? All right, I'm going to explain it to you, but you got to throw away everything that you think you know about the economy right now, and you got to just listen to me, and you'll learn more in this video about the economy and about how things work and about how it can work than you'd ever learn at any school with any economics degree. I don't care what, okay? So, the first thing we've got to get in your mind is what money is, okay? Money is stored labor, okay? Money is not gold, okay? Money is stored labor, and you own your labor. So money equals labor, and you own your labor, okay? So money should be fiat, because your labor comes about at any time and is reasonably subjective to the quality of your labor, whatever. But the reflection of your labor should also be subjective, okay? It doesn't need to be, quote, real, all right? I mean, we know your labor is real, so what represents your labor will be just as real as your labor. That's what it represents. That's what this is, okay? It's a storehouse of labor, okay? So, gold, like everything else, cars and clothes, etc., is priced in dollars and should be priced in dollars. If you tried to make gold money, then you're price fixing it, because you're saying X amount of gold is X amount of dollars. And now there's a ball and chain. Now for your labor, gold's got to get involved, and whenever there's a demand for this labor, you've got to have the gold to back it up. People talk about fractional reserve lending and how it happens with fiat and how it's bad. They don't even understand what they're talking about. Fractional reserve lending happens when you have gold or a commodity in the mix, because at some point you're going to run out of gold and the economy is going to still have demands, and you're going to have to meet that by fractional reserving the gold you have, basically cheating the system. So it doesn't work. It's never worked in the past, and it won't work in the future. Fiat does work. All this crap that fiat's never worked is bull. Check out the tally stick, okay? The problem is always usury. Always usury. So let's get back to, okay, so money is stored labor. Fiat is flexible. Fiat allows you to price everything out there and match it to a labor value, okay? So $20 for a haircut, everybody agrees, whatever, okay, great. All right, $2.50 for gas, however that works, all right? So fiat equals labor, because there was a lot of work that goes into all these things that you go out to buy. When you go to, this is a hospital, here's a doctor hanging out, here's the ambulance, here's the grocery store, okay? There's all this product sitting in this grocery store. There's a doctor who's got a suite and, you know, all of the stuff he's bought, the chairs and the waiting room and everything else, and the people, and so there's all this investment, his education. So he's waiting to help you out, and here's the grocery store waiting to sell you food, okay? So the only thing, and this is needs for everybody, doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, okay? So this is where UBI can come in, and it can work just fine, all right? UBI comes in, and you've got a certain amount of credit you can use each month for food, whatever. Figure that out, $500, $600, whatever makes sense. To eat well for a month, each individual, all right? You want to be gluttonous, you'll have to go into your own pocket, but we'll get you through the month. And unlimited health care, no premiums, no co-pays, no nothing. If you have an infection, not going to pay for Band-Aids, but you got an infection, anything above that, you come on in and we got you covered, okay? And you run your card and it's all third party, almost like having a notary there to verify when you have the computer system, verifying that you're there, the doctor's there, the cashier's there, the food's there, it separates whatever items you're buying, it's got it all figured out, and that's how your card works, okay? Like combining Medicare and EBT, all right? But there's none of this like nonsense of, we have to raise taxes or something to pay for that, okay? That tax is totally like immoral, because you own your labor, and if you're going to start charging for all the work that goes into bringing you a packaged good at this store, I mean, you've got the packaging company, you've got all the ingredients companies, you've got all the stuff that goes in. There's a bunch of people that are involved before the final sale, and with a VAT tax, you're taxing it all the way along the line, and then you're just going to pass that tax on to the final consumer. They're not going to tighten their belts, and it's immoral anyway. Any kind of tax on labor is immoral, okay? And it's usurious because tax only goes to last year's interest on borrowing. It doesn't go to any spending. They borrow the money into existence, which it could just be issued into existence, okay? There's no reason for the usury. That's a scam. Instead, you could have a 1% origination fee. All right, and that should cover everything. I mean, that's a lot of money right there. And I mean, if you need to tack the 1% onto these transactions, you could argue that out. But I don't know how that would make any sense anyway, because it's all being issued on these cards. So I guess that wouldn't make sense. But you could do it on loans, all right? So we're getting rid of the banks, we're getting rid of the insurance companies. That's going to make a bunch of people unhappy, but go get a real job, okay? Go produce something. You're usurers and you're parasites on the rest of us. So that's how we can just get rid of that crap real quick. Just no more banks, no more insurance companies, public utility houses, where if you need a loan, okay, you go get the fiat loan, and just like people complain, oh man, my signature they don't even have the money at the bank. All of a sudden I signed a promissory note, and all of a sudden here comes the money. Yeah, so what? I mean, you're saying like you're worth that much, right, in the future? So why shouldn't there be the money? It's representing your future labor, all right? It's the usury that's bad, dude. Just, you need a loan, you pay your 1% origination fee, and you're good, right? And then you pay the loan back. No problemo. Money is stored labor, okay? So, just go to a public utility house, all right, and get your loan. Or the way things are now, you can do everything online, and you get your loan, and then you pay your loan off, and now you get your credit limit raised, and you start off with perfect credit. All right, what's this crap? You have no credit. Why not? I mean, did you start off when you're a baby? Yeah, you have to have your butt wiped, but by the time that you're an adult, you own your labor. And it's automatically 100% good. All right? There's no reason to expect that you are a piece of crap that won't pay your loan off when you're first starting out in life. So you first start out in life, and you go to get this loan, fine, get your credit limit raised, pay that one off, continues, and everybody's happy. So I'm trying to make this quick as I can. Somebody said, make a pictorial. I don't know if this helps or not, but fiat is good, usury is evil. Taxes don't go to any public spending anyway, so don't worry about it. Giving people $1,000, I don't think anywhere near is as effective as what I'm talking about, just covering health care and food with a card. And then there's enough, I mean, you could have shelters or whatever for the people that are really in need. But when you've got this covered and this covered, you're not a drag on anybody, right? Everything's good. This guy's sitting here waiting to make it happen. These people are sitting here waiting to make it happen. If you get hit by a car, see, these guys got hit by cars, okay? So if a car comes through, wipes out a bunch of people, they've all got to go to the hospital. Here's the ambulance coming to get them. And this guy can fix you. I mean, there's no reason why you should hold up the system because of this, okay? There's no equity going to be at the end of the day. That's the part I still need to talk about. When it comes to health and food, there's no equity. There's just a healthy public. You've invested in your population. Now they can go and buy good food. Now they can go and get good health care. No problemo. And they can go out and be productive and healthy and happy, right? Because these things are covered. There's no equity in it. Equals no equity. These things all have this in common. Turds, bombs, and a healthy body equal no equity. We see how the government pays for this. No problem. How much you want? You want some more? No problem. We got it. We got it covered. They go and borrow the money. And then they stick you with the interest. That's the usury. That's the evil. Okay? But these things have... Military has no equity at the end of the day. Turds have no equity. And the healthy body has no equity. So instead of giving people $1,000 where they might go blow it on stuff that has equity, which would kind of upset the system to some degree, I suppose. Maybe not. But just morally speaking and just ethically speaking, I think that keeping it to healthcare and food makes so much more sense. All right? There will be no monetary inflation. All right? Equals no equity and no monetary inflation. Because there's nothing to sell at the end of it. All right? It's over with. All you have is equity in the people that were healthy and happy. All right. Oh, and here's the Holy Bible where you get all of your good word on how to live, the law, etc. No usury. That's why I had this out here. No usury. It's decried in the Bible. All right.